the government codes, UCC codes, and laws that they issue out, unrighteous decrees. You know, you got people in jail right now because they didn't pay a ticket. You know. It says, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, the Lord of hosts. The Lord is going to hear those cries of you know, those people complaining about the injustice. The injustice that be done here. You know, ye have lived in pleasures on the earth and been wanton. You know, ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doeth not resist you. And that's how they gain a lot of their precious metals and the lands and whatnot, resources by killing. It says, verse 7, be patient thereof, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruits of the earth, and have long patience for it, until he received the early and latter rain. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord drive nigh. That's how you know the end is coming, because what? That was the end towards of Rome. Rome stayed in power for another couple of decades. Then, you know, and I think maybe around like a little less than another century. Then it got transitioned to Jake when Jake started taking it down, you know. But it's the same thing that happened with this Roman, the second leg of the Roman Empire. The monies are going down. All right, the infrastructure of this place is going down, and the morals as well is in the garbage. You know, and that's it for now.
You got the precept?
Yeah.
Dealing with that depth. This is Habakkuk 2. Let's see, 2 and 6.
Start at 4.
Yeah, come think, yeah. This is Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
That's talking about the so-called white man, you know, because everything that he gained in this world, he gained it through violence. He gained it through fighting wars. You know, there's a saying, all wars are bankers' wars. You know, that's how they acquired their great riches and their great wealth.
And is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
God.
How long and how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Alright, you go ahead and speak, God. When you there ain't nobody else but the so-called white man, because everywhere he go, man, it's like, you know, he a control freak, you know what I'm saying? He gotta take everything over, you know what I mean? And when you look up that word clay, you see that word clay in the Hebrew, abatya, 5671 is dealing with debt. In fact, heavy debts. You know what I'm saying? And hey, that's America, man. This bitch is, it don't matter how many QEs you do, QE 3, 4, 5 through 10, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got, man, this bitch is over, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, can you grab Job 20 and 22? Yep. Because hey, it says that quoting Habakkuk again, it says that he laid himself with thick clay, you know, because he went and robbed from all of the people. He took from everybody. He heaped them to himself, all people, all nations. And not only did he heap unto him all nations, but he took their goods. And then he was so forward to the point where he forced his democracy on them, and his ways of living, his customs, his lifestyle. So now you got people, you got the Aborigines, and we know how fucked up they are over in Australia, and how the way that they live, those Japhites. That now you got some of them dressing up in suits. with pig bones through their nose. But they got on a suit though, because they're taking on the customs of the so-called white man. You know, so he heaped unto him all people. Go ahead.
This is Job 20:2. Therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer.
20 and 22.
Job 20:22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
This is at the heap of the so-called white man's power. And guess what? He's at the heap of his power right now. You know, that's the fullness of his sufficiency. Go ahead. He shall be in straits. A strait is a narrow passage, man. Something that's hard to get through. And you know what? He ain't gonna get through it.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Now this isn't that when you read that, look into that word. All of us, you know, we ain't that deep in Hebrew, but we know that the word wicked in the Hebrew is the word right. Can you look up that word for wicked? God, it should be Imar.
Imar, this is H6001. It says laborer, sufferer.
That's us. Because we're the ones that's laboring. We're suffering. We're the last hired in the first fire. You know, we're the ones that's poor. And when you go to Deuteronomy 28, and I believe that's 49, it talks about how we should go to our enemies for one of all things. And not just us, even though, hey, when you go to the Apocrypha and you read the book of Ezra, the second Ezra, the 6th chapter, it says, well, hey Lord, this is Ezra's pleading with the Lord. He said, how is it that the world was created for our sakes, but we don't have an inheritance with the world? You know, our inheritance that we inherited, which was the land of Israel, all of that was taken from us by who? By the so-called white man. But we're going to take it back. And the scripture says from the time of John the Baptist, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violence taken by force. Hey, but we're going to take it back with the help of the Lord. But right now we're on the bottom. We're poor, man. We don't have anything. And we work the hardest out of every fucking body on the planet Earth, man. We're the reason that America is established. The reason that this bitch is built up, man. The reason that it's flourished. Hey, if you take all of the jakes out of America, this place won't even continue, man. It'll collapse. If all of the Israelites were allowed to leave this place and leave this captivity, hey, this place will collapse, man.
Well, if I could say something about it, you know how they got that slogan going around, let's make America great again. The Israelites was the people who made it great in the first place.
We made this bitch great, man.
We're the ones, we physically built it with our hands. And the majority of this country is still built on Israelite bones. There's still a lot of this country is built over burial sites of Gad and Reuben, of slaves, and of Issachar, Ephraim. You know, so we literally died building up this place. Blood, sweat, and tears, like the saying goes.
Just leave it over there. Just in case.
Yeah, hey, at the same time you have these bold Edomites, you know, they'll say, you know, they get all uptight. They be like, oh, go back to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, if we were to do that, then what do you got? You ain't got shit.
You ain't got
know
shit.
What I'm saying? You ain't
gonna have no sports teams.
God, there you go.
You ain't gonna have no entertainment. America's gonna be like a piece of boiled chicken, man, with no flavor.
All we have to do is take that and go over to wherever we go and start using the sports and shit, and then now you looking stupid. But that's not gonna happen. This bitch is gonna crumble. With us, with our people winning. The wicked is our people. That's just as much as wicked as your ass. They're gonna crumble. This place is gonna crumble and never be seen again. It's ordained through prophecy that it's gonna have to be deleted off earth, and we're gonna be, and the Lord is gonna have it that we're gonna flourish in our kingdom. This is not our kingdom. It's not our rest. The economic collapse is inevitable to happen. You keep hearing it, but what? We don't read. They make sure we don't read. We don't care about economic collapse. We got our jobs. The 2/3, all they believe is in their job and fucking bitches. and bitches getting money from a nigga. So that everything that entails is that's gonna collapse your that's an economic collapse in your own sense with how they think. When they job leave, that's a collapse because there's nothing there. Okay, you might got food for a week. You know, then you're gonna be just making getting flour and water and making bread out of the flour, right? You're gonna eat so much of that, you're gonna get tired of that and it's gonna be gone. Then you're gonna want meat. You're gonna be eating pigeon. All the pigeon gonna be staying on the top of the goddamn roof. They're not gonna come down. You know, it's gonna be, you know, animals ain't stupid. After they see they see their homies getting grabbed up, they not gonna get, you know, dogs gonna be getting in packs and attacking people and eating your ass. Because you ain't gonna be able to feed Fido. Or Fido gonna be on your plate and Fido ain't gonna be there no more. So it's gonna ping, this thing is gonna ping off and be a fucking monster movie, man. It's gonna be a damn the worst. It's gonna be the biggest horror film ever. What the Most High is gonna do to Israel and this goddamn land. Man, I mean, like we tell you all the time, it's gonna be apparitions.
God.
It's gonna be death. It's gonna be haze. It's gonna be a haze of hell all through. You ain't gonna be able to walk out, man. Movies have been showing you this. They laughing. The elites is laughing. They sending zombie diseases out here.
God, they doing it purposely.
Everything. That's germ warfare, man. To make you go crazy. Remember at time before, I was walking down the street, I had a big ass headache. It just instantly hit me. It was hard. Come to find out, I was looking at the news probably an hour later. And it was like a whole bunch of kids were in a high school that was about 3-4 miles away. And it was coming out sick, vomiting. I was real bad. It was just a couple miles away. The kids were real bad, sick, throwing up. They'll tell me, I'm like, man, I had to put a connection through that because that shit came through the air. I was walking down the street. So whatever was in that place, you still don't know what it was. Everybody was vomiting, throwing up. I had the baddest headache on earth, man, for no reason. Warfare. Right. I guess I went in the house and it went, you know, after a while I went to sleep and it went away. But man, it was some type of chemical. That's chemical warfare. It could have been just hit on that school. Okay. Believe me, man, it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be some toxic shit going out here. You're gonna have bands of people banded together, taking women, eating half of them,
Armada,
raping the other half.
Because you got some Hannibals out there.
Yep.
No, Hannibal Lecter.
They like it. They practicing it now because they know it's gonna be some type of food they're gonna have to eat, you know. And they might even have a goddamn some animals that they can eat, but they so sick they'll eat you.
Yeah,
you got weird ass Edomites out there, man. You got Edomites thinking they're vampires. You know, we know Edom loves blood, man. You know, all of them are vampires, but you got some that pride themselves on being vampires. You know, I remember coming across an article a while ago. It was a couple in Detroit, which a woman and a man, they killed this man and they had sex on top of his body, man.
Right. That's necrophilia right there. Necrophilia, some goddamn weirdo shit, man. And then Jake followed that same pattern. Okay. Can I get perpetual blood? You got something you holding on?
Yeah. I actually get 2 scriptures.
Go ahead.
Basically talking about following Job 20 and 22. How the so-called white man basically took everything from everybody. Actually, it's following Habakkuk, because the brother brought the scripture in Habakkuk. How the so-called white man just pretty much takes from everybody, man. And everybody wants to get at him. And they are. You know, there was a point in time when he can do that because he had the military might. But now these people putting them in check because they got ICBM missiles just like him. You know, so he can't get away with a bunch of nonsense. So you can't, the time of you just robbing and taking from people is gonna come from an end. I mean, come to an end. Esau ain't nothing but a big ass bully, man. And guess